Good morning, everybody. I made a face at the beginning, which I just tried to delete, but I can't. So you get the face. Welcome to Saturday morning, and I hope this all finds you well. I have brought this up before, and I'm wondering, maybe you've heard me talk about it or you've noticed it yourself. I'm wondering if anybody has noticed rainbows around Cape Cod. And so people are painting them. I mentioned this to my friend Hannah, who might be here. Hi, Hannah. And she did this awesome art project on Instagram that my niece and I did with her. Oh, and I brought it. Hold on. So if you're just joining, I was saying that I had been seeing rainbows. I think I've talked about it on here before. I just mentioned it to Hannah. She did an art project. And so I did a rainbow. I'm going to hang it in the window at the space. Yesterday, Eastham did a rainbow scavenger hunt for kids. And so my niece and I drove around and we found 19, which we were counting in Spanish because she wants to learn. And I forget what 19 is now, but we were counting in Spanish. So we found 19 rainbows yesterday. And as I was preparing for class this morning, I was thinking, wow, like rainbows really are so appropriate right now. So, first of all, it's really rainy. And I love to think about rainbows coming after the rain. They're so bright and fun to see if you can just embrace them. Either painted and dripping in the rain or in real life. So I would encourage everybody to see if you can find rainbows, real or, well, both real. Real as in an actual rainbow or a painted rainbow on the side of the road. Thanks for joining. I see you're just joining. Rainbows. So we're going to incorporate the rainbow in today. If you don't have a great association with a rainbow, could you play with the idea of inventing a good association with one today? Hi, everybody. I wish I could see you. I see people still joining. I just did this whole little thing on rainbows. Feel free to rewind. So I'm not going to play music again today because I think it's making a really weird sound, but I am working on getting a sound thing. So I'll work on that for all of you. So hopefully it's okay. Feel free to play some nice music in the back of your own choice. And let us start, since it is a rainy Saturday. If you have props at home that you want to bring, feel free to grab them now. But we'll start with a pillow or a blanket. And we're going to start with the pillow or blanket resting under our hips and our feet either together, knees up, or wide on the mat, knees together. So just supporting yourself in this way, creating a little bit of an arc with your body. And allowing yourself to fall into this pose. And just making yourself comfortable there. Softening into the pose. making any adjustments that you need, as I am. And allowing your arms to be wherever they're most comfortable. And maybe experimenting with that to see what the body wants. Maybe it surprises you. Knowing there's no right or wrong with whatever you choose. Noticing how this pose feels. The lift of the hips. Supporting you at the base of your spine. And can you feel the feet on the mat, the floor, the ground? Can you feel that connection? Noticing the connection of the feet on the ground, the hips on the pillow or blanket or block supporting the base of the spine. Anything that slightly elevates you there is perfect. Can you notice your shoulders also touching the ground? Your head. Notice any parts of your arms that are making contact. Just beginning by noticing those connections of the body parts that are touching the ground. Allowing the eyes to soften or close if they haven't already. And just beginning to enjoy this slow ease into the practice. Maybe beginning to imagine your body as a rainbow. Can you play with that idea? There is a slight arch. Can you just imagine that you are the rainbow? What happens if you play with that idea? I find rainbows to be mysterious. You can't plan when you see them. They can disappear quickly. They can be so brilliant or so soft. Filled with color. Represents so many beautiful things. Inclusion. Can we see all of that in ourselves? Can we include all of ourselves? Not pushing away things that we don't like about ourselves. Can in this moment, can we just see ourselves as inclusive, the entire rainbow? Maybe even as the storm we form. accepting that as part of the process. Just beginning to play with the idea of accepting all of your parts, of your colors. Maybe imagining those colors moving through the body as we practice today. Play with the concept and idea however you would like. And if it doesn't work for you, no need to play with it. Although you could experiment with resistance and then adding a gentle curiosity of why you might not want to play with that idea. Beginning to feel your breath in this pose, becoming a breathing rainbow, breathing in, seeing how deep you can get your breath, feeling your belly expand, possibly lifting slightly off the bolster. And as you exhale, can you soften all of the muscles towards the ground? Breathing in, filling the body with air. Breathing out, relaxing the body down. Doing that a few more times in your own breath pace. Feeling the breath and the body, and then letting it all go. Bringing your feet together if they were apart and gently lifting up the hips, sliding away what was ever underneath you, and slowly lowering the spine down along on the mat. Readjusting the spine here. Allowing it to straighten and maybe tilting the hips and then flattening, just rolling out the base of that spine, lower back. Bringing it long again, and whatever feels right here. And then bringing the feet a little bit closer, if that's possible for you. Reaching your hands towards your heels and the ankles. And bringing your shoulders under. Can you lift your hips here? It's a slow, easy stretch. It doesn't have to be a lot, and your feet can also be out wide as you do that, or longer, rather. So just playing with what works for your body, beginning to create an arch in the spine. Shoulder blades together down on the mat. Stretching the front thighs, quadriceps. Breathe in here. And playing with lowering, maybe going up on your toes, maybe lifting your hips with your toes raised or heels raised. Just slowly playing with the spine and the spine. Maybe moving the feet further apart, lifting up, just creating a slow arch. Maybe you feel like rolling the spine, lifting, and then rolling, creating kind of a wave. You allow yourself to play here. Beginning to warm up the spine, and notice how you would like to play with it. Can you listen to the spine? Rolling, lifting, lowering, playing. And then allowing that to come to a close and bringing the knees into the chest, holding them close, lifting the head if you would like. Creating a slight curve in the opposite direction of the spine, and maybe rocking back and forth, loosening that up. Side to side or up and down if you'd like to rock back and forth, creating some movement there. And coming up to a seated position whenever you are ready. And the seated position can be one of comfort. So finding one that works for you, making any adjustments that you need. Feet and legs can be long in front. Do what works. And start by lifting the top of the head and feeling the base of the spine on the mat, on the blanket, and the floor, whatever you have there. Feeling that long extension in the spine. Softly closing the eyes or softening the gaze. And just noticing where the thoughts are in this moment. Taking note rather than judging. Being curious about where they are. Noticing the breath, taking note. And could you take a moment to scan the body and just notice where it's at without judgment right now. Noticing where you're at. Taking note. And then inhaling, lifting the arms up. Maybe dropping the head back for a slight arch. Reaching as if you're reaching for the sun after that storm. Exhaling, allowing the arms to reach out to the side. So reaching with the fingertips, active pose here, engaging the arms. Still lifting through the head, shoulders away from the ears. Fingertips meet the mat. Inhaling, arms reach. Again, active arms lifting up as if you really would love the sunshine. And exhaling, reaching out. Slow and mindful, but active arms. They could be very passive here, or you could really engage the muscles. So inhaling, lifting out, reaching towards that sun, knowing that it's always there. We just can't always see it. Trusting. And exhaling, reaching out. Just noticed I left my rainbow staring straight at me. That's beautiful. And then allowing the fingers to come down, lifting the right arm up and allowing the left hand to support you. Reaching up and over, stretching to the left, stretching through the left side, and keeping that right hip, right leg down as far as you can, reaching through the right fingertips. Beginning to create a rainbow over yourself, lifting up and over to the right, reaching through the left side. Keeping that left hip down, breathing through the stretch. Inhale, lifts, strong arms as you alternate and reach in the right side. Inhale, lifts, imagine this rainbow, reach in. Inhale, lifts, one more time each time. Reach. Feel that stretch. Notice how it feels. Inhaling through center, drawing, painting that rainbow. Inhale, lifts both arms up, stretching, reaching, and then on the exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee or leg, right hand behind. Lifting through the top of the head. Inhale, exhale, may twist you further. Inhale, lifts the arms. Exhale, twist into the left. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twist. And again, inhale, lifting the arms, looking up at the rainbow, exhaling, twist into the right. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twists. And one more each side. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twists. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twists. And then slowly untwisting, moving in any way that you need. And finding your hands on your legs or knees at some point. And inhaling, lifting the chin, arching the back. Exhaling, rounding the spine, curling the chin. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, rounds. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, rounds. And then allowing yourself to come back to center. Gently dropping the chin into the chest. And slowly drawing a very large circle with your chin in the sky. And you slowly wake up the neck here. Large circles. You're imagine looking at the rainbow as you arch your chin up. Can you begin to imagine it circling around you? How would it feel right now if you were completely engulfed in a rainbow? And then reversing directions. Taking a minute to play with that idea. How would it feel? Looking at and being surrounded by a rainbow. Staying connected with your breath. And when it feels right, bringing your head back to a neutral position. And slowly coming into a tabletop position in any way that works for you. If you have blocks or books at home, maybe a chair, something to prop you, you may want those close. So I thought we'd do a sun salutation. We weathered the storm yesterday and continue to do that outside of our yoga practice. And so let's bring in the sun to bring the rainbow. So coming to a tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and see if we can fall right into that pose, engaging the core, looking down at the mat so that your neck is part of that long spine. Arms are strong and shoulders are away from your ears. And then flexing the toes behind, curling them, and just slowly leaning back, waking up the toes. Breathe in here. Playing with it and just allowing them to know that they're about to be used. Coming back up and just doing anything with your wrists that feels good right now for you. Moving them around, letting them know we're about to use them. Breathing into the body. Coming back into tabletop. And lifting the right leg behind. Nice and strong. Squaring the hips towards the mat. Arms are strong. Inhaling, lifts. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Just warming up the body. And two more, lifting up, exhale, knee to nose, inhale, lefts, exhale, knee to nose. Holding it here, just pulsing a couple of times. Can you feel balanced on all 3 points touching the mat? And can you feel your core engaged and your arms strong? And then bringing that knee back to the mat, switching the weight and lifting the left leg, strong behind. Inhale, lift, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, exhale, knee to nose. Two more. Last one. Holding it behind, nice and strong and pulsing. Can you feel balanced on the 3 points? Strong. Shoulders away from the ears. And then bringing that knee down, bringing the hands a little bit forward, curling those toes, and lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. Playing here, stretching out the backs of the legs for the first time. Breathing here. Hips are high, neck is loose. Breathing in, breathing out. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and walking to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Allowing the upper body to waterfall or rainbow down over the lower. Feeling the feet strong on the mat. Neck is loose.
Can you breathe into the lower back and allow it to release? And then bending the knees, slowly rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Rolling the shoulders up and back and engaging in mountain. Feeling the feet connected to the earth. Tightening the muscles in the lower legs, upper legs, curling the tailbone, engaged core, dropping the shoulders down, head lifts, strong arms, mountain. Inhaling, lifts the arms, reaching towards the sun. Exhaling, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips. Swan diving forward. Can you keep all of your muscles actively engaged? Arms, legs, core. Coming all the way down to your form of forward fold, using blocks or a chair or your legs, or having your hands all the way down on the mat. Breathe in here. Next, inhale, the hands meet the shins, lifting up, flat back, gazes down. Exhaling, dropping down. Hands meet the mat, bending the knees as much as it takes to make that happen, and bringing the right foot back. High lunge, forward low with the knee dropped. And allowing the hip to release here for a moment. So rather than collapsing into it, can you feel a lift? Maybe play with that. Breathing into the right hip, allowing it to release. And then having your hands planted firmly, bringing the left foot back to meet the right. High plank or low plank with the knees dropped. Either is perfect. Breathe in here. And then inhaling, lifting the hips. Long, loose neck. Downward facing dog. Hips high, head low. Maybe lift your heels and come onto your toes, pushing the chest towards the upper thighs, and then slowly dropping the heels. Looking forward at your hands, bending the knees, and walking towards the top of the mat, hanging forward. Breathe in here. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling up. Inhaling, arms left. Reaching towards the sun. Exhale, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips. Slowly, swan diving forward. Arms strong, legs strong. Forward fold. Allowing yourself to play here. Maybe grab the legs. Breathing in wherever you are. Breathing out. Allowing your hands to come to the mat and bending the knees as much as it takes to get there. Bringing the left leg back, high lunge or low with the knee dropped. And allowing the release in the left hip. Breathe in here. Again, not collapsing into the hip, but allowing it to release, and see if you can just play with that. Breathe in here. And then feeling strong, bringing the right foot back to meet, adjusting into high plank or low plank. And beginning to feel the fire burning here, holding it. Breathe in. And then inhale and lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Bending the knees, looking forward. Walk into the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Taking a few breaths here, breathing into the internal organs. And bending the knees, slowly roll it up. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, reaching with the arms. So active arms. Come to a T. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Hinging at the hips. Slowly swan diving. Can you feel every muscle in your legs that it takes to do this? Slowly, mindfully, finding your form of forward fold, taking a few breaths here, planting the hands down, bringing the right foot back, and here, everyone dropping the knee, flattening the foot, and allowing a release here for that right hip. Breathe into it. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly walking forward. And you may want some support here. Just bringing those left toes back towards the nose. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, folds. And allowing whatever form you take to be perfect. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, folds. One more breath here. Slowly walking the hands forward, allowing a release in that right hip again, breathing into it. And then curling the toes, lifting the knee, planting the hands, bringing the left leg back to meet high plank or low. Breathe in here. And then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat. Feet flat. Inhale, lifting. Baby cobra. Exhale, head comes to the mat. Curling the toes, lifting up through plank or table, and lifting the hips downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Bending the knees, looking forward, and walking or jumping to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Breathe in here. Bending the knees slightly, inhaling, lift it up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms come to a T. Remember, reaching through the fingertips. Can you keep those arms active? Hinging at the hips. Feeling the legs. Slowly finding your form of forward fold. Breathing into it. Neck is loose. And then bending the knees as much as it takes to plant the hands, bringing the left leg back, high lunge. Slowly dropping the knee, flattening the foot, and allowing a release in the left hip here. Breathing into it. And slowly walking back, bringing the right toes up. Again, using props for support if you would like or need. And inhaling, lifting, attempting to keep that spine nice and straight. Exhaling, folds. Each inhale lifts. Each exhale may fold. Finding what works for you, allowing a release in that right leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly walking forward. Curling the toes, lifting the hip. Feeling that hip, breathing into it. Planting the hands, bringing the right foot back. High or low plank. Feeling strong here, pushing through the heels. Core engaged. Taking a few breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out, and then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat, feet flat. Inhale, lifting up. Maybe the arch is a little bit better. Exhale, rolling down. Curling the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. Breathing here, lifting the hips high, head is low. Bending the knees, looking forward, and walking or jumping to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Breathing here. Slowly rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lifts. And exhale, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips. Swan dive. Finding your form of forward fold. Taking a few breaths here. Allowing the head and neck to be heavy and long. Next inhale, placing the hands on the shins, lifting up, flat back. Exhale, hands plant. Bending the knees as much as it takes, bringing the right foot back, high lunge, left foot to meet. High or low plank with the knees on the mat. Holding it here. Breathing here. Imagining your rainbow. What colors jump to mind immediately and what ones follow. And then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat. Inhale, lifting up, arching the back. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, curling the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high, head is heavy, the neck is loose. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands. Walking to the top of the mat, hanging forward fold. Breathing here. Bending the knees slightly and rolling up. Inhaling, the arms left. Exhaling, arms come to a T, forward fold. Hands meet the mat. Left leg comes back, right leg to meet, high or low plank, holding it here, breathe in here. And then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat, feet flattened, inhaling, lifting up. And if you'd like to bring it into upward facing dog, lifting the hips off the mat, you may. Exhale, forehead to mat. Curling the toes, inhaling up, downward facing dog. Breathe in here, lifting the hips high. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, walking or jumping to the top of the mat, hanging forward fold. Breathe in here. Slowly rolling up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms come to a T, forward fold. Are you doing this passively or actively? What is your choice right now? Hands come to the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands plant. Right leg comes back. Left leg to meet. High or low lunge. Breathe in here. Bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat. Inhale, lifting the head. Exhale, head to mat. Curling the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. And shifting the weight here onto the left foot, lifting the right high. Can you feel your hips squared as much as possible on the mat? Can you feel even in the 3 points? Inhaling here and exhaling, bending the knee, bringing it forward, hovering over the mat, and then gently letting it down. Coming into pigeon. So you could bring a blanket and support your right hip, or a pillow, putting something under that hip, if that works for you. Making any adjustments, listening to your own body. You could stay right here, allowing a release in that right hip. Or if you'd like, you could move down using the blocks or any other supports. Stacking your fists. And just allowing a release in the right hip here. With each exhale, can you soften and let go? Can you notice the silence? And can that be okay for you in this moment? Breathing into the head. And then gently bringing the hands back to the mat, curling the back toes, lifting up, hovering, and then lifting the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog before planting it back down on the mat, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and walking or jumping to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Breathing here, slowly rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling, arms left. Exhaling, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips. Swan diving forward. Hands meet the mat. Left foot comes back. Right foot to meet. Higher low plank. Breathing here. Bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead to mat. Inhale, lifts the head. Exhale, forehead to mat. Curling the toes, lifting up through plank or table, lifting the hips downward facing dog. Shifting the weight to the right foot and lifting the left leg high. Feeling even on all 3 points. Inhaling here, exhaling, knee hovers over the mat, gently releasing down. Flat left foot flattens, and putting anything under the left hip that you would like here. Again, staying here is perfect. Noticing the difference between each side. And if you'd like to lower, feel free to do so. Breathing into the left hip. Allowing each exhale to soften the muscles. Can you sit in the silence and breathe? Can you allow each exhale to soften the body even more? And bringing your hands back to the mat, curling the right toes, lifting up, lifting the leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog, and then back to the mat, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and walking to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Breathing here, noticing the hips, and then curling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, left. Exhale, arms come to a T, forward fold. Last series. Forward fold. Neck is loose. Next inhale, hands come to the shins. Flat back. Exhale, release. Hands plant on the mat, bringing one foot back, and then the next, high or low plank. Pushing through the heels, breathing here. And then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead to mat, inhale, lifting the head, arching the back. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale, curling the toes, lifting up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dropping the knees wide on the mat, bringing the big toes together and pushing back into child's pose. Breathing here. Noticing the breath. Noticing where you feel it in your body. And then slowly coming forward and laying all the way down on the mat, on your stomach. Either allowing your forehead to rest on your fists or flat palms. I'm just noticing how this pose feels. Feeling the breath in the body. And then on your next inhale, lifting the head with the hands. Exhale, brings it back down. Next inhale, lifting the legs. And exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, mat. Inhale, legs. Exhale, mat. And this time doing both together. Inhaling, lifting the head, lifting the feet. Breathing here. And then exhale, bringing it back down to the mat. And doing that again. Inhale, both lift. Exhale, down to mat. And one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down to mat. Pausing here, feeling the breath. Noticing how that feels. And then gently rolling over, coming on to the back. Bringing the feet flat. And bringing them as close to the bottom as possible. Moving the shoulders underneath as much as possible and lifting the hips up, coming into that bridge pose we started with. Can you feel your quadriceps? Can you notice any difference? And can you breathe here? And slowly lowering. Taking a breath here. And on your next inhale, can you lift your hips again? Strong legs. Lifted hips. Breathing here. And then slowly lowering down. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting. Maybe moving those shoulder blades even more, maybe attempting to grab the feet. Feel your core engaged. Reaching up, maybe even a little higher, and slowly coming back down, bringing the knees into the chest. If it feels good, lifting the head up too. Gently relaxing, just massaging the lower back. Allowing the arms to come out to the sides. Inhaling here and exhaling, slowly lowering to the right. Keeping the shoulder blades as close to the mat as possible. Inhaling again, exhaling, maybe looking over your left fingertips. Next inhale brings you back to center. And your exhale lowers the legs to the left. Keeping the shoulders as close to the mat as possible. Inhaling here. Exhaling, maybe looking over your right fingertips. Next inhale lifts the knees, hugging them close, allowing that lower back to release. Giving yourself a hug of support. And then allowing the feet to drop to the mat, feeling the feet solid on the mat. Lifting the right leg up, the right ankle rests just below the left knee, and the right knee falls out to the side. This could be enough of a stretch here, or you could lift the leg up and encourage the right knee out using the right elbow. Breathing here. Gently allowing the left foot to meet the mat and switching legs, bringing the left ankle under the left knee and allowing the left knee to fall out to the side. Again, this could be perfect, or you can lift up the right leg. Bringing that right foot down, allowing the left to meet, and then reaching as long as you can on the mat, reaching through the fingertips and the toes and doing whatever feels good, stretching or doing a final pose. Whatever feels good for you right now. Experimenting, listening to your own body. And then allowing yourself to find a comfortable last pose. Whatever you may choose. You could start or end as we started with something under the hips. A couple immune boosting final poses could be a pillow under the shoulder blades, lifting the heart, legs up the wall. Find what works for you. And allowing yourself to settle in whenever you're comfortable.
Noticing how the pose that you've chosen feels on your body. Allowing yourself to feel your breath in this pose. No need to judge the breath at all. You are here, therefore you are breathing perfectly well. Just allowing yourself to notice, to take note of the breath in this moment. Feeling the breath, relaxing into the pose. Allowing each exhale to soften the body even more. Allowing it to feel the ground beneath. Allowing gravity to do its job, which is to hold us to the ground, keeping us grounded. Can you feel those forces at work supporting you? The ground below and the gravity holding you there. Can you allow your muscles and your mind and your body to enjoy and allow that process to take over rather than fighting against it? Can you stay in this moment? Can you soften the muscles? Can you allow gravity to hold you here? Breathing in and breathing out. Soften the muscles, allowing the ground to hold you. And allowing yourself to bring to mind an image of a rainbow. Maybe one you've seen or one you can imagine. Notice what comes to mind. Rainbow. Is your rainbow touching the ground as your body is right now? Does it make a complete circle? What landscape is your rainbow around or in? See if you can notice the details of the rainbow. This is your imagination, so you can get as close to the rainbow as you would like. Maybe you walk into the rainbow. Notice where your imagination would like to take you.
And notice when the thoughts travel away from the rainbow, and see if you can gently encourage them to come back. Allowing yourself this opportunity to play with or around or in a rainbow. What would you do? Would you take a shower in the colors? Or would you climb up it? Would you slide down it? Your imagination, you get to choose. Playing with the rainbow. Engaging all of your senses here. Notice what you see with this rainbow. Do you hear anything? Again, your imagination. What does a rainbow sound like? What do you smell or taste? Does each color smell and taste differently? How do you feel and what do you feel? Notice what you can reach out and touch, what you'd like to. Use the imagination. Also notice how you feel being around or in or on this rainbow. How do you feel? Rainbow. Where troubles melt like lemon drops. Can you allow yourself to feel that? Troubles melting away. Bluebirds singing. Creating a rainbow. Using your senses. Noticing how it makes you feel. Exploring the rainbow for a few more moments right now, knowing that you can come back at any time. And beginning to feel your breath. Gentle inhale and exhale automatically occurring. And very gently beginning to create some movement in the body. Noticing what feels good for you right now, depending on what pose you have chosen. Slowly beginning to come out of that pose. And in any way that works for your body, move back up to a comfortable seated position, allowing your eyes to stay soft or closed. And just beginning to notice how you feel in this moment. And if it's comfortable, allowing your eyes to stay softened and closed as you feel your left hand meet the mat and your right hand lift and arch over. Remembering your rainbow. Inhale, lifts the right arm, fingertips meet the mat, and reaching with the left. Just doing this a few more times in your own breath and time. Creating that rainbow around you, knowing you can keep it with you. And then coming back, seated position. Taking a breath here. Inhaling both arms, taking anything that was helpful. Exhaling, letting go of anything that was not, or anything you need to leave and let go right now. Gently opening your eyes if they were closed. Coming back to the space that you are in. I thank you all for joining me. And remember that if we think about the movie The Wizard of Oz and Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that everybody had exactly what they needed in the end. Everybody had exactly what they needed within themselves. Can you remember that for yourself today? And can you bring that forward throughout your day? Knowing you have everything that you need right within yourself. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. I hope the rainbow inspired something inside of you today. Maybe you will start seeing them around Kate. Maybe you will paint or draw them or create them yourself. Hannah, if you're here, I love your hearts. So I thank you all. I miss you all so much. This is a struggle by myself without all of you here. So I can't wait to see you all in person again, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.